Hi everyone, thank you for stopping by. Have you ever wondered, sitting at the restaurant eating your favorite dish, how you can create the same dish in your very own kitchen at home? Well, I am here to show you just that. I am not a chef, I'm just a mom making everyday food to feed her three children. So, there's no wrong way, there's no right way, just my way. My name is Lang, and this is the Lang way. Thank you. So, for my very first show, I will make egg roll. Now I'm very excited and nervous at the same time, so if I make any mistake, please forgive me. But let's go into my kitchen and see what we need in order to make the homemade crispy egg roll. Okay, welcome to my kitchen. This is all the ingredients I have laid out in order to make the egg roll. I have celery, I have cabbage, I have onion, carrots, the vermicelli noodle. I have pork and chicken, eggs, sugar, salt, black pepper, and my chicken flavored mix. Now the most important one is the egg roll shell. You need this egg roll shell. Now most of the other ingredients you can buy from any food market except the egg roll shell. This you need to go to the Asian store, and it usually is in the freezer. Now the egg roll shell, it need to be frozen before you make it, because if it's dry out or thaw out too long, it's gonna be dried and it's hard to fold into a round egg roll. So right now it's frozen and I leave it out so that way when I take care and chop up all of this vegetable, by that time I can this egg roll is ready to be to fold. Now you can buy pork or chicken you already grounded, but for me, I like to chop it up myself. I don't like ground meat. I rather do it myself. I do everything from scratch. So, and all of this vegetable, I don't measure. I don't have the measurement for all of this ingredient I'm using. I'm doing it by taste. So for the celery, I use maybe 1 or 2 stalks, not all of this. So I'm making about maybe 50 egg roll. So I'm gonna maybe use only like 2 or 3 of the carrot or 2 onion. So let's start cleaning up the vegetable and let it drain the water, and then we'll take care of the meat. Okay. As for carrot, before I clean it, I like to take out the skin. And using the knife, you just slide it down like that. Soak it in. Very simple. So this is all my vegetable that's already been cleaned. I like to run the water one more time, make sure everything is nice and clean. So while the vegetable is being drained, we're gonna start cutting up the meat and chop it up. And for the vermicelli, before we chop up the meat, we can go ahead and soak it in cold water so that way it's nice and soft and we can mix it with the ingredient. So make sure the water cover up the noodle and just let it sit there. Okay, let's clean out our meat. before we chop it up. Chop up my pork. I like to do everything the hard way. I could have buy a ground pork, but no. So my pork is all chopped up. Now we're gonna chop up chicken. Notice I still leave the skin on. I like a little fat in my egg roll. Now we're gonna put the meat into a mixing bowl. I'm gonna add the pork and the chicken together. I'm gonna put in the ingredient, which is the chicken mix. Now I don't measure my ingredient, I just do it by taste. So after, when we put all of this together, we're gonna do one roll of egg roll and see if it's tastes good. If not, we add a little bit salt. A little bit sugar. No measurement. Mix it. I like to put all the ingredients into the meat, so that way when we bite into the egg roll, it's the meat that gives the flavor to the egg roll. So now when the meat is mixing, I'm marinating the meat a little bit, let it stand for now. I'm gonna start cutting up the vegetable. Okay, so first we're gonna be chopping up or slicing the carrot. So I have my slicer. And all you have to do is just like that until you have enough carrot, or you think you have enough carrot. Now I forgot to mention that this egg roll can be a vegetarian egg roll. It's just that you omit the meat and just do the vegetable. Or you can just take out the noodle and put the meat and the vegetable. It's all up to how you like your egg roll. But for this particular one, everything is in it. Carrot, vegetable, noodle, meat. So you gotta continue doing this until you have your desired amount of carrots. So now I have a little drainer for the vermicelli. It's nice and soft. We don't want to be putting all of this water into the ingredients, into the egg roll mix. So we're gonna drain this all out. And we're gonna come back to it in a minute. Let's go cut our onion. All right, so now we're gonna take an onion. We're gonna cut it up in half. We're gonna cut it up into small pieces, just like that. The same thing with the onion. You can put as much as you like. Whatever you like. It's your egg roll. All right, so now we're doing the celery. I like to cut it 2 at a time. You can do it however way you want. Cut it really, really tiny. Don't cut it too big. Very, very thin, just like that. For cabbage, we're not going to use all of this, it's too much. Just slice it up really small. As with all the vegetables, you want it really, really thin. Sometime after I chop it up like that, I would go over it one more time so that way we know it's very, very thin. Because it needs to be rolled up, it can't be big. And then we're gonna do the same thing, chop it up again. You're gonna do all of this. So right now we are ready to put everything together and mix it up. So we have a cabbage, we have the onion, the celery, we got the carrots, and our noodle. So I'm gonna put the noodle first. Noodle, make sure you cut it. I use the kitchen scissors to cut the noodle up because we don't want it to be too long. We want it to show up. Just mix it right into the meat. Remember, if you like what you see, make sure you put subscribe, click on like, share with your friend and family so they can make this egg roll. And don't forget to click on the bell so that way you can see all of my video when they come up. You can have the notification sent to you. Now we're gonna mix the carrot. My celery and the onion. My cabbage. And then we're gonna start mixing it. Notice how it's all loose. We need egg to bind it all up. But first I would like to mix all this vegetable first into the meat. Now for egg, you can put 2 or 3 eggs. I like to see how it goes first, so I'm gonna put 2. Just crack it and put it right into the mix. For this third egg, I would like to break a little bit. I wanted to put the white in here, and I would save the yolk so I could use that yolk as a glue for the egg roll. That's it. So we put this aside, so when we roll up the egg roll, we can use that yolk to bind the egg roll together, and I will show you how when we start rolling. So I feel like we need 1 more egg. Now we have pepper, black pepper here. I would like to use a little bit of the black pepper to give it some zing to it. That's it. We're gonna do this until it's all mixed. And remember, we're gonna roll one up and we're gonna cook that one to see if it miss out anything. Like maybe it's missing out some sugar, maybe it missed some salt. We're gonna test the first one we're gonna roll. And if it tastes good, then we're gonna roll all of it. So now we're gonna be heating up the oil for our test, our first test. You wanna put enough oil to cover the egg roll. Heat up on high, and then when the oil is hot, you can put down to medium heat. So let's go and roll our first egg roll. So our egg roll shell is already soft, you can feel it. You're gonna open all the bag up, or you can just open one by one. And then when you're ready for the next one over here, you can open another bag. So now for our first try, so I'm gonna show you how to roll an egg roll. Put it on a cutting board. You're gonna take the mix, put it at the angle of the diamond. All right, and then make it just like that. You're gonna fold this corner up. You're gonna roll just like that. And then you're gonna fold the left corner. You're gonna fold the right corner. And then you're gonna fold up the rest. Just like that. And then the yolk that we saved before, you're gonna use my finger and poke it. And then take a little bit, touch it to the tip. There you go. I will try. This is our taste. If it's good or not good, we can add some more stuff into the, the egg roll stuffing. We can either add sugar, if it needed sugar. We can either add salt, if it needs salt. I'll try it. Okay, that's it. So it looks like our oil is getting hot. Yes, I feel the hot. So I'm gonna drop this one egg roll in here. So that's when you know that it's hot, when it starts sizzling like that. So we're gonna wait until it's cooked. We can move it back and forth. I mentioned that we should put enough oil so it could cover the whole egg roll, but I guess I didn't follow my own rule. So you just have to move it back and forth so that way it cooks evenly. Now, if you make a lot of egg roll and you don't want to eat it all at one day, you can always put it in a bag and freeze it. Once you freeze up the egg roll and if you want it to cook again, make sure when you take it out of the freezer, it thaw out, it's soft. You don't want to cook the egg roll while it's still frozen, which means the inside might not be cooked. So if it thaw out and then you cook it, it should be as fresh as the day you make the egg roll. It's almost done. Usually I don't cook one egg roll per pot. This is just a trial, so we wanted to know how the egg roll is taste first before we decided to roll up the rest. We don't want to be rolling up all the egg roll and realize that it's too salty or it's too sweet. So if it's too sweet, you can always add in some more chicken mix, broth mix, or you can add in a little bit more salt. But if it's salty, you can put in some more vegetable, like you can cut up some more onion, you can cut up some more carrot, cabbage, or you can add more, noodle. So that way it kind of blend into the taste, it won't be too salty. So when it's golden brown, we can take it out and cut it up and try it. Right now it looks like it's not. So let's just leave it there for a little bit. So it looks like it's golden brown right now. So we can take it out. Nice and round. We're gonna put it right onto the napkin so it can absorb some of the oil that we just cooked. Absorb all the oil. We're gonna get a knife and cut it in half. So crunchy. That's the inside. Doesn't it look so delicious? Let it cool down a little bit. You can still see smoke coming out there. And then we can try it. So the egg roll that we just tried was really good. So we don't need to put any more salt or sugar. No, we don't need to put any more salt or sugar into the mix. It's really good. So I'm gonna start rolling the rest of the egg roll. So I'm gonna show you a couple of them more, and then I think you can go from there. So again, the egg roll shell. We're gonna take out the meat, the mix, put it onto the egg roll at the corner where the diamond is, just like that. Fold up this corner, roll it up a few times, and then fold up the right corner and the left and the right corner to have it meet. And start rolling the rest. My egg as a glue, put it to the corner on the other end, roll it. See? Now more. So every time you see like something hot like this, try to put it inside. And the one that is nice and straight and, you know, triangle, put it on the outside. So that way it make a little nice tip. So we're just gonna continue rolling the rest of the egg roll. You're gonna get used to it. You're gonna get used to rolling it round. It just take practice. And for the stuffing, you can put less than this, make it really small. You can make it longer than you want. So my egg roll is not even size. It's always different size. And it's just a repeated process. So don't forget to click on subscribe, click on the bell so that way you get notification of my next video. I'm gonna put some of my specialty in the on the bottom of this video, so that way if you want, you can comment what you like about this show and what you like to see next. See how it's not even? One small, one big, one medium. And don't forget to share it with your friend and family, so that way they're able to cook egg roll as you do. And don't forget to let me know if any one of you tried these. You can take a picture and let me see how you do. Like I mentioned earlier, if you don't want to eat everything that you rolled up today, you can always freeze it up. put it in a Ziploc bag, freeze it up, and when you decided when you want to eat, you can take it out, throw it out until it's soft, just like that, until it's soft. You don't want it to deep fry the egg roll if it's still frozen. Well, I hope you enjoy my cooking class with you. And this is my way of cooking my egg roll. I know there's a lot of different ways people cook egg roll, make egg roll. Different ingredients they use. But this is my way. And I hope you enjoy it. But make sure you come again, check it out. My channel tomorrow. I'm gonna be doing crab rangoon. My way of making crab rangoon. I hope you enjoy this and see you next time. Thank you. So this is my daughter. She's gonna be our food phantom. I can hear the crunch. Is it still hot? Oh, I can see the steam coming out there. How is it? Yeah? Do you recommend our viewer to make it at their own home?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay, thank you for the first try. Say bye-bye to your viewers.
Bye-bye.
What you say?
Bye-bye.